I'm really starting to hate the spring. You know that? It's like the weather's turning. And if it was cold here, it'd be turning warm, but it was already warm here, so now it's turning hot. But both those of you in the cold climates are like, yay, spring, and I'm like, oh my god, it's hot. And it means it's time for a new Titan, because for the last 2 years, every single spring has meant the launch of a new, completely irritating card like the Titan. The new EVGA Silent Series power supplies offer excellent silence and efficiency through their new EVGA Eco Mode technology, and also features a 7-year warranty for worry-free gaming. Click the link in the description to learn more. I didn't even want to do this video, and of course, I didn't want to do the Titan Z video either. I said that in there. Yet you guys hounded the shit out of me until I did it. And of course, I gave in to peer pressure, because that's what we do. We give in to peer pressure. And I went ahead and did it anyway. But damn it, it gets my blood pressure going, it gets my pocketbook screaming, and it gets my inner, just have to have the best mentality of me absolutely driven insane. But then again, you guys are my viewers, so I figured, all right, I have no problems turning on the camera and ranting about the Titan for a few minutes. I mean, heck, at least I can get some stress out. Well, today was GTC, and of course they had their little graphics unit demo thing where they were like, hey guys, look, check it out, new graphics card, yay, it's faster, it's cool. It's a GM200 core, we kind of knew that from leaks already. 3072 CUDA cores, that's good, but it's not like great, I guess. I mean, considering the Titan Black itself had, you know, what, 2880. 192 texture mapping units, and 96 ROPs, as long as they're all really there. I will give it this. I will say that the 250 watt TDP that they've maintained across the board, especially with going from, you know, an extremely efficient architecture like Maxwell, they were able to apparently bump up all these specs and get amazing performance, which I don't know, and keep the TDP the same. Cool. And they're giving you 10% overclocking capability of the power limit, so you can get 110% or 275 watt TDP. Cool, I guess. But you know, I can't even test any of this because, of course, they didn't even send me one. Maybe they were afraid, I don't know, because of the fact that they know that I was going to tell everybody that the Titan was just a piece of shh. I'll be right back. So, UPS just dropped off a package from NVIDIA Corp. Well, it's not ticking. That's a good sign. I mean, it's just, but it's a Titan. Dear PC Master Race subreddit, please don't hate me for what I'm about to do, for I am going to do a Titan X review. Wow, that actually rhymed. All right, well, I mean, obviously it can't be as good as advertised, so if anything, we'll just go ahead and use the test bench here and we'll do some live benchmarking. We'll just show you guys how it's really a bunch of crap. And you know, I cut my foot open. I actually cut my foot. I'm bleeding, right? I'm bleeding right now. You see what happens when you get a Titan X? You cut yourself. Thanks, NVIDIA.
Transition.
Now, I haven't really done this type of format of benchmarking before. You guys have asked for me to do more live benchmarking and stuff. So that's what we're going to do. We're not going to just throw up a bunch of graphs. We're going to actually do it together, and I'll tell you what I'm seeing. Now, I'm going to say right off the bat, as much as it is a Titan, this is a sexy-ass box. I got to tell you right now, this box, this retail packaging is freaking phenomenal, I got to say. Now, in their keynote, they talked about Titan being the 4K beast, the 4K, 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 blah, 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 4K. All right, well, I'm personally not all that sold on 4K, but I do happen to have in here an Acer XB280HK 4K 1 millisecond G-Sync panel. So I guess we'll go ahead and put that theory to the test, won't we? Now I've got the Titan X installed right over there, as you can see. It's the only black card ever, really, like that, I guess, with the reference thingy on there. It is a single BIOS card. It's not a dual BIOS card. That's one reason I would have liked to have seen board partner variations of it, but there's never been a board partner variation of a Titan, so whatever. They're keeping that one in their wheelhouse. But we do have a gambit of stuff on here that we can do. Now, obviously, overclocking on this thing would be terrible because it has a reference cooler. I'm expecting it can't possibly be any good at overclocking. That's why I have all these GPUs up here with these custom coolers on here. Like we got the 290X Matrix with the custom cooler on there, the Sapphire 290X 8GB Tri-X with the custom cooler on there. We've got the MSI 960 on there with the Twin Frozer. I mean, you guys kind of see where I'm going with this, right? Reference cooling is not exactly, I mean, I don't care a whole lot about reference cooling. Another prime example right here, an R9 290 Cryovenom from VisionTech. Water cooling block, yay! So, well, I mean, I guess there are water blocks available for this thing already, or whatever. At least that's the rumor. So, all right, I've loaded up Precision X on here. 16, Precision X16. And I'm gonna push this thing. I'm pushing 200 plus megahertz on the core. And you know what? We might as well just try and melt this thing. Let's go ahead and do a 500 megahertz overclock on the VRAM, 12 gigabytes of it, which is gonna give us an effective 8,000 megahertz on the VRAM. And of course, there's no way that this would be, and I'm doing it at stock voltage. I don't dare bump up the voltage at all on this thing because then it's gonna melt faces that way. So I'm just gonna load up Valley Benchmark here, and I'm gonna go ahead and run it, if and when it ever loads. Valley Benchmark Extreme HD is sitting 100 FPS on the start screen right there. Well, we're going to just let this benchmark go. I mean, there's no way it will actually validate and complete this test. Will it? And the test is getting ready to complete. It actually completed without crashing. Unfreaking believable. 4,381. You want to know what's scary about that? That's actually what my two 780s with custom BIOS, massively overclocked, water-cooled, was doing. Well, fuck. All right, well, how are the temperatures? Clearly the temperatures must have sucked. Let's go ahead and look at the precision history on there and see what we got. Max temperatures, 8,000 RAM, like I said. Max temperature, no, that cannot be right. 86 degrees Celsius with the reference cooler, overclocked 10% on the power limit. We had a boost clock 1,377 megahertz. That's 300 megahertz overclock. We're talking like 30% here, guys. All right, enough about that. Let's go ahead. That was a benchmark. Let's go ahead and do some 4K gaming. Battlefield 4? Let's go ahead and do some Battlefield 4. Okay, so here we are now in a 64-man Battlefield 4 server, and we are playing on Operation Locker. This has got the snow flurries and all that stuff, which tends to also create quite a bit of hammering to your GPU, so obviously this one's probably going to get hammered as well. In terms of settings, you can see we do have everything on Ultra. Anti-aliasing deferred, I have it set to off, but that's because I have the global NVIDIA control panel handling everything on here. And we do have motion blur on, and resolution scales at 100. So let's go ahead and, let's see, perf overlay dot draw FPS 1. I don't know how well you guys can see it. What the? Okay, so we are at 4K, 60 hertz. As you can see, at least we're here in the menu, we're at 84 frames per second. That can't be right. Holy... This is not good. This... Can you see that in the corner? I gotta zoom this in. This is effing crazy. Look at that FPS in the corner. This is at 4K, guys. Okay, see, 3840 by 2160, 60 hertz, everything on ultra, anti-aliasing is off. It's being handled in the NVIDIA control panel and through GeForce. Holy hell. 100. This is... I'm not kidding, guys. I haven't played this yet. I'm doing a live benchmark on this. Where's these bad guys at? Come on, son of a... Got him! I don't even know what... I am laughing here. Because okay, let's add some MSAA to it, I guess. Let's do 4x MSAA, right? That's got to be a hell of a load. Okay, so even with 4x MSA, I just got removed for using an RPG. Oops, apparently this is a no explosive server run by noobs. All right, so now that I figured out these stupid server rules, as you can see, we've still got MSAAs on. Everything's still on Ultra. We're still at 4K. The graphics card is making some noise, though, that's for sure. But look at this, 70s, and it's lag-free. Holy mother of God! How is this possible? You might actually notice a little bit of tearing. I am running the game above the refresh rate of the monitor because I don't want to cap it at 60. But look at this. This is so stupid. We are in the 60s with a single card at 4K, and G-Sync is turned off, guys. This is, you can't be like, that's G-Sync, you're stupid. It doesn't work that way. But this is still a piece of shit card, right? I mean, right? Right? This is so insane. I can't, my brain hurts right now. All right, I can hear other people complaining like, oh my God, Danny, you're playing on a map that's not very intensive. Okay, fine, so let's go into Hammerhead. No, that switched over to Giants of... Okay, fine, we'll do that. It's one of the new servers. We'll do that. We'll go into a more demanding map. Let's just push it even harder. I'm cool with that. No shenanigans. As you can see, all the same settings as last time. 2x MSAA, 4K, everything on Ultra, with motion blur at 60%. We do have to give a perf overlay dot draw FPS 1. Okay. There we go. There we mother effing go. So now we're outside with much bigger maps. And as you can see, upper 50s into the 60s on flipping 4K. All right, well, let's go get into a battle because I can already hear all the haters. Like, stupid. You're not near anybody, stupid. All right, let's do this. Oh. There we go. Whoa! Turn, turn, turn. Oops. Ah. Would you look at these FPS? God, I'm gonna forget I'm doing a video here and just play. I killed a helicopter. So while I'm sitting here waiting for Shadow of Mordor to update so we can do that test, I don't know why I felt inclined to try and eat one of these, but I guess they're actually edible. This is turning out to be a very weird day. All right, so now we're gonna go ahead and move into the Shadow of Mordor test. Obviously, this is gonna hand the Titan X its ass. I mean, we all know Shadow of Mordor, the HD texture packs just obliterate graphics cards, especially with the texture size. So I'm kind of happy that finally something here is going to beat the shit out of the Titan X. All right, so Shadow of Mordor is sitting here in the mid 40s, low 40s on FPS, which I guess is kind of expected because, boom, you're dead. You're dead. Oh, I missed. Die. Ogre scum, or whoever you are. But you know what I'm noticing here is there is like no, yeah, tear galore when I do that. But there is no stuttering in here, which I was experiencing obviously with some of the other cards when I was testing the, this. But holy crap though, I mean 40 FPS with HD texture pack on at 4K, is that good? Let's see if I can kill this guy long range. Oh, he mad. Alright, so that's pretty consistent. 40 to 42 FPS. I guess it's pretty normal though, considering I'm trying to kill these guys running away. Just for lulz, why don't we go to like 1080? Just for the lulz. I can't even go to 1080. Fine, 1440 it is. Oh yeah, so look at the FPS here at 1440 with HD texture pack. 80s. So Shadow of Mordor still tends to give the Titan X a run for its money in terms of GPU power, but then again, that's the resolutions. So here you can see we are currently in the 80s. Graphics card screaming over there. All right, well, that's enough of that. Let's just go ahead and see how much VRAM we actually used, shall we? So GPU usage was max, temperature still 87. It never went above 87 in any of these tests yet. Memory usage was 6,551 max. So that's like just over half of the available VRAM on this thing. All right, well, there's only one thing left to do, and we're gonna go ahead and do, let's go ahead and do some Firestrike on this. It says generic VGA. That's what's funny, is it doesn't even recognize yet that it's a Titan X. On the 5820K overclock to 4.5, that's important noting. One card is 99% better if all results. All right, well, let's just go ahead and run this real quick on the Extreme and the Ultra. The Extreme version is ending now, which we all know is the 1440p version of Firestrike. 8,577. And that's better than 92% of all results. Remember, guys, that's including all SLI configurations and Crossfire configurations as well. Well, last but not least, I shall click the right thing. Last but not least, time to run it at 4K. All right, the Ultra test is ending. 4,538. That's actually really, really good for... It didn't show me the chart. It also is like, graphics card not recognized, but whatever. 4,538 for Ultra. That's pretty good, actually. And I really hate the fact that I'm saying that. Now, one last thing I did on this, because everyone knows I'm trying to find a freaking flaw right now, is I went ahead and tested memory allocation, and guess what? All 12 gigabytes appear to be there. But the actual bandwidth of that and the speed is we are seeing nearly 800 gigabytes per second write speed to this RAM. That is extremely fast. 752 gigabytes read speed. Write is actually faster than read. But yeah, I did go ahead and run that benchmark, because I knew if I didn't, you guys would give me hate. Hey, does it actually have 11 gigs or does it have 12? Well, at least my card appears to have all 12 there. All right, let's wrap this up while I still have somewhat of a soul left. Well, guys, I tried, and I tried to find flaws with this card. I guess I do have a couple. I mean, the price. $1,000 is not cheap, not even for me. But then on the flip side of it, one of the things people have always said is,
well, Jay, you know, the Titan, the USS GFX, you know, GeForce Titan, it's actually meant for, like, you know, professional desktops and things like that for rendering and blah, blah, blah.
Well, okay, yeah, I guess you're right. In fact, they even brought that up themselves. But with all the technology in here, like VXGI and all that stuff, it's a perfect card for stopgap between performance cards like the 980 and professional cards like the Quadro series or even the W9100 from AMD, which is over $3,000. Yeah, there's one in the closet back there, by the way. This card for $1,000 is actually a bit of a bargain if you want one card that can do multiple things like gaming as well as perform very, very well in professional desktop environment. I guess I also wish it had a freaking backplate on it. I mean, you pay $1,000 for a card. I would love to see a backplate. They say it's because they want to get better airflow for SLI configs, but I think they know, just based on the statistics, that the amount of people that would be running SLI on this are pretty rare. I mean, given the price of this card. But really, this is the first card that gives us real performance in 4K by itself with a shit ton of RAM, 384-bit memory bus, overclocks, never even reached 90 degrees Celsius while overclocked, 87 on a reference cooler. And we've seen these coolers before. Remember the GTX 480, anyone around during those days and that thing would reach 100 degrees Celsius? And it's so freaking powerful. And one other thing I want to mention is coil whine was like practically non-existent. They actually put componentry in here that was designed to have less inductor noise. Yeah, well, I guess this is the time where I tell you all 3 GTX Titan X's in Skunkworks. Confirmed. For the record, guys, we were just having a bunch of fun, especially with all of the Titan hate. In fact, I can't believe how many of you guys actually believed that I seriously hated the Titan with like a passionate level, especially with those other videos. Guys, that was satire. But anyway, thanks for watching today's video. Hope you guys had some fun. I know it was a bit different. If you didn't like it, well, too freaking bad, honestly. I had fun, and that's what matters. Anyway, we'll get back to our regularly scheduled program. If you guys want to see some serious benchmarks of this, I mean, you saw the performance, but if you guys want to see some serious benchmarks of this, make sure you guys tell me what you want to see with this card. I was serious. I am putting 3 of these in Skunkworks, and they're getting water-cooled. And we're doing more upgrades to the system as well. Don't hate me. Don't hate me. I have to. This is my first chance to actually own Titans. And that was really what I hated about them before, was the fact that I didn't own them. Although the Titan Z really did piss me off in terms of the price. All right, guys, thanks for watching. As always, well, thanks for watching. That's how I end this, because I am very thankful for that.